Hello, I'm John Stebbins. I'm the lead developer of Tyrantagonist Games, which is totally a real company. I'm making a game. It's called Pluck. This isn't the game, it's a level. But I thought I'm making a developer diary for the game that I'm making. And I thought, on this episode, I thought I'd build a feature. So it's still early days in terms of the dev diary anyway, so I'm still not entirely sure how to format these videos. So what I thought I'd do for this one, I'm going to spend an hour or so trying to build a feature, and the next episode after this is going to be me showcasing that feature. Now, I tried doing this before, earlier today, and I ended up bug fixing because I broke something, and I don't know if I'm putting that video out yet, so I'm probably going to repeat myself a couple of times if I did indeed put that video out and you watched it already. But let's press play. Let's quickly explain what kind of game this is, just in case this is your first video of mine. It's a puzzle game, a platformer game. You can sort of see this is the tutorial I've been making. But we're going to load it up now. I'm going to briefly explain what the game is. Then I'm going to show you the feature I'm working on. Once it loads. This music is not from the game. This is some zero copyright music that I'm just going to turn down. Just turn it down. Okay, I don't know. I'm seeing lines. Let's click there. Right, I'll move the cursor off the screen. So we're going to press continue. I've made myself a little area for testing. So I'm going to go into level 1. So the idea of this game is, as I said before, a puzzle platformer. But gimmickly, you can scan objects, and those objects have hearts. So it has null heart, that means it has nothing in. That is a clay heart, it means it has that clay heart in, and you can step on it. Saying you can't step on that, so you can pick that up and put it into something else. Thus, take the solidness of the clay heart. This will give me access to this object here, allowing me to build a small bridge. And that's a very, very, very simple example of a puzzle. So, what's the feature? Well, if we shoot ourselves into there and finish the level proper, you'll see the level is complete and it's closed the door. Now, that is portals as I originally envisioned them, and it took me a while to build that. So, because not only does it display the level names, there's Clay 2, Sunroof, that's Clay 1, welcome. So I've sort of themed them. They're also themed by colours, so that's a clay level, whereas this is apparently it's got a different heart symbol, right? So if I jump into this level, you'll see that all the HUD elements are, let's remove this, are pink. Also, there's some errors, so bleepy bloopy bloopy bloop, because it's broken. So we're going to leave this level, which is a feature I had to build before I started recording this video. And if we go into this level here, you see it's brown. But yeah. Anyway. So right now, the doors, the portals, have two states. They are either open or they are closed. If they're open, I can jump in the level. If they're closed, I cannot. Once you complete a level, it closes. Now, what I want to do is I want to add a third state for the doors, which is locked. I want a level to start locked. You get the ability to unlock a level, making it open, and then once you complete the level, it is closed. Now, I don't want it to look like this. There's also this here, and this has something to do with it. So, and if I go, well, this does two things. Oh, actually, I may as well show you. So if you pick up a heart in this game, you cannot jump. It's sort of to facilitate sending those off first. And puzzles can be sort of built around the fact that your movement is restricted like this. But I didn't want to... I realised that when the game first starts, I don't want to have that restriction. So if we quit game, and I don't know why I quit game, But you know what, I'm going to... No, I was making a point, so I'm going to actually have to go back in the game. We're going to close everything but that. While it's closing, I'll set up some stuff. How do you spell psychopump? PSY, John. So, this one. Cool. I'm also going to need hearts. I don't know why I closed them. Right. Don't know why I closed that. It's taking me 5 minutes to explain what I'm doing. So if I wanted to go back. So yes. So the whole idea is, I wanted to have structure. This is sort of the point of this new demo I'm making. Is that I'm figuring out tutorial, I'm figuring out basic level structure, just anything to help ease players in, to remove the friction. So the idea is there'll be a few levels and they'll add a heart to this. Like these blue levels, you'll be able to jump while holding the clay, and with green levels you won't, i.e. the game will suddenly get slightly harder. So you'll be able to unlock those by feeding this machine. So one you'll do this and it will add hearts like so. And once it's full, that flashes, you see, and you can fill up this machine. And there'll be a little tutorial that pops up and says that you've just added burden to the world, and it will unlock all the green levels. You'll also get access to this in the overworld. So, and you see that's gone grey. That's heartbroken. So, you'll notice that I've drawn more doors. I realised I'm going to have to find where the other examples are. Not you. Soccer door 11? I need to label these better, don't I? Soccer door 1. I probably made a copy. I did. Lovely. So, not... I mean, I did, but that's not the right place. Anyway, where did I put it? Door. That's odd. I don't want any singing. Let's skip this. Right, I'm trying to find some graphics. I was gonna set this up beforehand, and then I didn't, and I don't know why I didn't. And it's kind of annoying. Where did I put you? No. Kind of worried that it's gone. I mean, the last video had them. You know what? I'm going to pause and I'm going to find them because I shouldn't be faffing around in this video. Right, sorry about that. So yes. So you can't see the flashing background or the ball, but these are what they look like when they're open. So when they're done, I want them now to turn into this. So let's open this up properly. So the eyes have turned off, and you can sort of see it fades. You can sort of see the light in the background. It's a very subtle fading effect. And this hand symbol, it can be any symbol. I don't know. I just need something for the player to aim at. Yeah, I'm not gonna try and overthink those because I'll be here for hours. And so that's when they're finished, and the doors are going to be for when they're locked. So the idea is when they're locked. So we'll have a look at these doors up here very quickly first. They're going to have different shaped locks. So you can see this heart, this pyramid, this moon, this star, right? I'll draw some more, but I'm not an amazing artist, I'm afraid. Or arguably not any good one at all. It's hard enough learning how to program. I didn't realise I'd have to learn how to draw as well. So yes. So you need a moon key for a moon door. You need a star key for a star door. So on and so forth. But the hearts are connected to unlocking the oppressor. That. Let's have a look at the level. The hearts... When a door has a heart on, it will go to here. That's the point. And fill up one of those. So the idea is when you approach a door, it'll look like this. It will have this door with a heart on it. It will also have this here. When you unlock the door, it might not have that symbol on. The dark heart, or the dark symbol, will light up because it's suddenly active and it will show you what it is. And then it will be embedded in his chest. I was originally going to put it in his forehead. Like so. You can't really see it there. But the problem is, I didn't like what it looked like. It kind of looked a bit penisy. So I decided to go for the chest instead. So yes, when you finish a level, that'll explode, fly out to a door, boosh, explode and unlock a door, or it'll fly to the oppressor. One or the other. So I don't know why I decided to do everything in such a long-winded manner. I wanted it to be just so that's how it's going. Anyway, as you can see, I've got graphics lined up. Let's take some coke. So that's what I'm aiming to do with this hour. Let's open up the game and... No, you get it, right? There are 3 states of a door. It is locked. A locked door needs to be open. And an open door can send a key to... Okay. What's the circle? You find an open door. It has a key. You finish the level. The key will open a locked door. But also, once you finish the level, it'll turn into a closed level. I'm terrible at explaining things, but anyway. The very first thing we need to do is build that 3rd state for the door. Don't worry about the keys. We're just going to build a 3rd state for the door. So if we go to the psychopomp, we now need the object. I don't know why I didn't just type in OBJ. So in here, will be some states, hopefully. No, because it's built into a different object. No, it's here. These are themes. They're not using... This should be fixed. It's... Oh. Yes, of course. So, don't worry about that. This is work I need to actually do for myself. These should all be an array as well. An array I've already built. I've just not done them for the psychopomp yet. I'm going to, just to remind myself to do it, open up heart array. So, like, you can see all this. What this is this says, if the thing I'm pointing at is solid, it's going to use one of these things. And every single object on the game is going to reference this sheet now. That never used to be the case. I built it before the start of this, at the start of the last video. Anyway, so these two should actually look similar to that. It means I don't have to do every single thing because every single thing is in here rather than here. Anyway, we're not doing that now. We are looking for a different object. But looking through this object will remind me and you how it works. Which is... This door isn't what you aim at. So when you play the game, you'll hover over a thing and it'll go bloopy bloop. But you're not bleepy blooping the door, you're bleepy blooping a spinning circle thing, right? So it needs to create a spinning circle, and it's called a scan heart because I apparently wanted things to be difficult to find in my system. So here is the scan heart. It doesn't even... So you can see that picture there. The reason it looks like that is because I wanted to have a picture that was immediately recognizable. Right. So when this is created, let's go into the step. So what I'm looking for is portal. That's psycho. All the green text is doing nothing because I've blocked it out. Okay, so if it's psycho, it would be cocaine crazy. How do I know if the door's open or closed? So, remember that door? Cool. Well, something references that. So I can actually look for PS what I'm going to look for it. Cool. It's in Psychopomp. Ah. Okay. I was expecting it to be in an enumerator. And it probably should be. That's interesting. How does it know if the level's done? Okay. Yes. So yeah, literally, if level done. Ah, okay. Cool. So I had to remind myself how it worked. So currently, the state, instead of being an enumerator like I do most objects, when I say an enumerator, I'm going to actually show you an example. I'm not going to show you an example because I don't have one. Anyway. Normally, don't confuse myself. Anyway, yeah, normally it would be something like if level done equals heart form dot amber, say, right? Normally, I'd divide the states up by like that, and that's an enumerator. The advantage of that, and we'll say solid, right, is you have some code here, and some code here, and it can never be both. It has to be either that one or that one. So you can just rest easy knowing that when you're in this mode, none of that code is ever going to play. And you might think that variables do this, but what happens is you end up wrapping variables and variables and variables, and it gets very twisty knotty. It's much better to do it like this. So I was looking for that, not realizing that level done, it just equals true or false. Because I didn't realize there'd be more than 2 states. And unfortunately, there's no such thing as a Trullian. Huh. Isn't there? Don't do 0, 1, 2. Right. So, yeah, we can very easily draw it correctly. Okay. So what are we drawing? So right now it's drawing that. What is this called? Psycho main 2. PSY go main 2. Ah. Okay, it's not drawing from Psycho main 2. Yeah, so this is poorly organized. So let's have a look at the psychos. It's probably because it seems to be drawing the teeth separately. So if we look at psycho, groupie, cocaine, crazy. So what it does is, if you see these, it's drawing that. In fact, we can search for that instead. So there. So what that does is port chooses that. If we search for that. Oh god, there's port is a terrible word. Why did you ever use the word port? So it's drawing Psycho Teeth 2. There we go. And Psycho... What? I searched for the Psycho Draw 2. Okay, if it's done, it draws the door, and we know that. If it's done, it draws the door. What's teeth? Gonna draw the teeth. What's the image equal? Yeah, so the fact that... Oh, okay. We're going to start making some notes, right? So I need level done. To have 3 options rather than 2. Right. So right now, it's got a background. It's going to choose a background depending on some stats. So, don't worry about those stats. Those stats aren't important. That determines the level it goes. Those are themes, burdens, level done. Oh, text. Sprite word. How does it know what it looks like? Teeth, no. Okay, I'm curious about the teeth. So what I'm trying to determine, is all I need to do is change that image to a new image. In fact, I change right, if it equals a new third thing. Okay, what I could do, I could keep level done as 2 options. Level done means open or close. Because there's a bunch of code in there that says if it's open, you can jump in the level, and if it's closed, you can't. And I like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new variable instead of trying to make that 3. So I can keep some trues and falses. They're nice and simple. Which is going to be called lock and unlock. Or just locked. And locked is going to equal true. Until it's unlocked. You know. I can set that stat. So when locked is true, level done is going to also be true. But if locked and level done equals true, then it's going to display the correct thing. Right now, the correct thing isn't the door. Hang on. Yeah. So I have some options, right? So it's either done, done true, done false. And done false. Okay. Locked false. Okay, so I'm just writing things down. John, you're confusing yourself. So I'm going to just pause so I write this down properly, so I know. Right. So there are 3 positions. We start with locked. Locked is either true or false. If locked is true, level done is false, generally speaking. And that is something I have to set manually for everything in the beginning. Basically, everything is going to have them set as locked and level done being false. Locked true, level done false. Apart from the very first level, obviously. But if locked is false, then we get the options we have already. So what we want to do right now is we're going to pretend locked doesn't exist and just fix the drawing. Right? Just going to break it down. Because this is how you learn how to program. You can, you know, no one starts good at programming, right? So I had to figure this all out, and maybe I should have figured it out before. I kind of had the positions set. But yes. Which means Psycho Main 2. So right now, it does know to choose between one of those two, right? So how does it know which one of those is? So because it never actually references it, which means it's referencing something else. The sprite word? Image index. It's the teeth no? No. How does it know the image index? So, you notice these things don't have sharp teeth? I add the sharp teeth later. They just get drawn on top. So it knows the image index. How does it know the image index? Because if I type in image index equals, there's going to be a lot of results. Oh, hang on. There we go. God, John, there was so little programming, you dumbass. Okay. Okay. We're going to comment this. If we're actually going to say locked equals true, it's just the easier way. If locked if else now the burden is important. Okay, so if it is locked, if burden, it's now 0, 1, 2. 2, else it's free. Cool. If it is not locked, then it's going to display correctly. So if we play now, it's not going to make any difference because you're not going to be able to see the background. But we now know locked is a thing. If we go to our array, our level array, which should be open already. That's a heart array. Where's our level array? Level array! I'm going to add locked to it. Locked. It's going to be true. I mean, in that, learn to play, how to play isn't even in the game. So now it's going to be able to reference this. I'm going to add 3 for all of those. So the plan was to do it graphically, but the problem is it's sort of all tied together anyway, which is sort of the point. But like if you look at the oppressor, that thing, I had a button to light them up. It wasn't mechanically done. But the fact is that when it is mechanically done, I trigger the same stuff and it still works. So yeah, whenever I add a level, I just add it here, and I just have to remember the numbers. The numbers shouldn't be numbers; they should be enumerated values. But never mind, because I'm never going to remember 8 means that, although it's got a descriptive title. This is what I mean by an enumerator, though. Like, if it's clay, it's not going to do any of the candy stuff because it just knows it's clay. Anyway, it can now save? No, it just knows what to reference. So, I don't know why you're way over there. So this isn't the kind of music I tend to listen to, by the way. I've got nothing against it. It's just not what I listen to. But I also... yeah, I don't want it to be stock silent because it's a weird video. Is stock silent the phrase? I think it is. We don't need scan heart. We don't need the heart array. Cool. So that's correct. So, when the level's done, how does it know? You know what? Let's assume when the level's done, it is actually going to display correctly. We're going to get rid of this code here. That draws the door. Let's see what it looks like. Now the door's not going to appear. When the level is done... Hang on. They should all... They should all be locked. Ah. I might not need that else. We'll see what it looks like. Interesting. Yes, so we don't need that else. Cool. That hand symbol needs to be further up. So what I do need to do is to stop displaying that fuzzy was. What I was doing was I was covering up the door. Cool. I'm just going to comment this. In fact, arguably, that means those symbols no longer need to exist. Yeah, because I draw the teeth on top. Yes, I do. I draw the teeth on top. Okay. We don't need this. We can comment this out. We need to stop displaying... What is it called? Port. If... Cool. So I want if locked equals true to do the door. Rather than that, so I can actually get rid of that code as well. Okay, cool. Beautiful. So I happen to think the hand looks better down there. So when the lock is on, I want it there. But when it's like that, I actually want it lower. But that's a minor issue. So scan lower for hand. But I think it looks nice. I've just noticed the eyes are turned off for everything. I do need to make sure that picture changes. Yes. Scan lower for hand. That looks nice. I like that. It's the first time I've seen it in game. Right. So when a level is finished, let's test it out. There might be some extra bleepy bloops because there'll be some errors. Yeah, like that. Sorry about that. It's because he's carrying two of these engines at once. It might even break because of that. I'll try not to. Obviously, I know the solutions to all these levels. Cool. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, when a level is done, it's going to look like that. And when a level is locked, it's going to have a door. Let's turn that back on. You know what? Why is locked? That's not got anything to do with locked, does it? If level done. If locked. I don't know why equals true is in there. Shoddy coding there, John. You can tell how old the code is. Well, I can. You probably can't. I recognise my code. It's nice to know I'm getting better. Anyway, let's make that readable. Double click on this so there's not the weird lines. So we check level done. No, that's fine. That should work as intended, I believe. So, what I now want is a locked state. Where, yeah, okay, yeah. Locked state should be easy enough to do. Okay, clearly I did something wrong there. Also, what? Why are you drawing a door? Because it's not locked. I just realised what I did there as well. It meant the same thing, but like, yeah. Cool. This is the easy bit, by the way. The locks and keys are the hard bit. But what I'm trying to achieve... So there we go. You can see his eyes are lit up. It's open. His eyes are closed. It's closed. We're waiting on the world to change. No? Is this copyright free? I don't want anyone claiming... You know what? Oh, the eyes should shine. That's not something I'm going to do on screen, don't worry. They should, shouldn't they? I should glow. Also, arguably, they should be color-coded with the levels. But that's fine. I literally only need to draw one eye in different colours. Let's just do it in red first, and then I just draw it in the correct places. I believe the drawings, they radiate out anyway. In fact, that means the burdens, I don't need to change the graphics if I do the eyes. That's really easy to change though. Anyway. Because then you can have the eyes die down. Like that. Maybe. Anyway, I like this. Really, yeah. Really quite fond of that. So what I'm going to do is, if we go to our level array, we're going to randomly tell half of these that they're locked. They should all be locked. Oh, it's not referencing, is it? We'll go false. That says folder. Yeah, there's no code referencing this yet. Again, what I'm doing here, what's taken me 43 minutes, has been super easy stuff. Right, let's find our psycho. It's called a psycho. What a psycho pump is, by the way, it's somebody that takes the soul from a dead soul to the afterlife. So Sharon, the ferryman, in Greek mythology, is a psychopomp. The Shinigami of Japanese lore are psychopomps. The Grim Reaper is a psychopomp. Anyway, so and so is Ira, or in this case, it ferries you to those other lands. Anyway, this music. In the create function, because it will, when you load the level, it will create again, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, of course, because it changes the graphics. No, it might be a step. Okay, we'll put it in step, I think. What is the thing called? Lock. Locked equals 7, isn't it? Now if we play, so there should be semicolons on the end of all those. Game Maker is very generous, but doesn't mean I should have bad practices. John, nobody cares about this right now. Fine. John, let's play. Do it while it's loading. You're not even keeping these. Taking a while. Alright, there we go. So half of them should be locked. Now some of them are going to have cores because some of them are set to open, right? But that's fine. So that's locked. The locked ones should have their eyes lit up still. And obviously they shouldn't show the cores, but don't worry, because the cores are a different system. Don't worry about the cores being incorrect. The important thing is that locks work. Cool. I think that's... I'm trying to think if there's anything else locked in. So, like, if we ignore the existence of keys and the system, there is no way to unlock a door yet. I think that's it. So, we're gonna... since this is 45 minutes, I think... Since I actually managed to finish what I'm doing, I'd like... It may look like it's broken right now, but this is working as intended. Because the system is... What the system's going to do is doors are going to... I manually set the doors to be locked, and I'll manually set the doors to be level done to be false, right? When level done to be true, because level done traditionally meant that I'd finished the level and it's closed. So now, yeah, I can manually set at the start of the game everything to be in the correct state, which I have to do regardless, so I've not added myself extra work. So just trust me when I say everything is going to start off locked and closed. I don't have to worry about this. When you when you unlock a level, it's going to suddenly change level done to false, which is going to put it in this state here. Then once you complete the level, it's going to put it into this state here. So what, for the next video, and I'm really glad to actually cut the video like this, I'll still do a showcase for like people who can't be able to watch me program poorly. The next video is going to have me... Oh, you know what? I never showed... Did I show you this feature? For the next video, I'm going to start, and I won't necessarily finish, making keys. Because that's a slightly deeper issue. Anyway. I've been John Steppens, from the lead developer, Tyrant Tagonist Games, totally a real company, which has apparently become my tagline. This has been my developer diary. Thank you for watching.